seriously, who do you hang out with?
The radical left, the Marxists, the anarchists, the agitators, the looters, and people who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing.
So, Hussein, we are back.
1, 2. Yes, we are back. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, got carried away.
So, today we want to talk of a more, let's say, popular topic, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit disappointed. Like, are you looking for clickbaits and shit? Like,
Disappointed? Well, no. We already have our 100 followers, so not looking for more clickbaits. But what kind of a snob you are to think that talking about sports and football is not good enough for this marvelous pseudo-intellectual podcast?
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I apologize. My snob elitist sells vibes sometimes.
I mean, I think that's actually like a problem, you know, like a lot of so-called intellectuals dismiss certain topics, and football, for example, is just like a social expression that it's worth talking about from a social perspective, don't you think?
I think it's not even. It's a social phenomena. It's the most popular sport on earth. It's the thing that I think every human being on earth have in common, more or less, like to some extent.
Football unites us.
Football unites us. Kick out racism.
Kick out racism. But absolutely, like I was just telling you that Eduardo Galeano, one of the authors, what was that?
So unprofessional people, like getting in and out.
Eduardo Galeano, one of the people I've read the most when I was young, like 16, and you're trying to find your way out. He wrote this amazing book called The Open Veins of Latin America, that it's about like neocolonialism and changed a lot my perspective. But at the same time, he wrote...
You have to bring us there.
No, we're going to talk football. Football is apolitical.
Please, that's exactly.
Football is apolitical.
FIFA says that we shouldn't have any political slogans.
Well, the book is called Dios es redondo, God is round, and God is round. It's an excellent name, man.
So it is.
I'm a little bit traumatized about my experience as a young student, actually, with football. I had like this teacher.
You were traumatized?
I was traumatized.
What a snowflake.
Are you a boomer or something? This teacher, kind of weird, because her family, as I understood, escaped the McCarthyism in the US, like the persecution of anyone who would be regarded as social. And she was like a really leftist intellectual teacher, but at the same time really traditional. Like when she entered to the class, you have to stand up and not say a word.
Conservative.
Yeah, kind of. And when she entered and she saw, like, I had like my football shirt of Los Pumas de la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. I love them even when they win.
Which happened three times a year.
And she looks at and she's like, at the t-shirt, and she's like, football, the opium of the people. Get out. I was like, what? 13 years old.
Kicked you out?
She kicked me out.
Literally, out of the
class. And she told me, like, in this class, I want people that think. And I was like, 13 years old.
Well,
man.
I have a couple names that I'm going to introduce to her.
Oh, yes, please do. I'm excited about it.
But that's I like back to what we said in the beginning. This is a huge mistake, and that's actually what the right wing have been doing. I think in these last 20-30 years, that they are jumping on whatever leftist elites and intellectual consider as too too popular, too cheap, too disgraceful, too.
But that's a failure of the left wing.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's a failure of the left wing.
It's a big problem, and I think if you do not, if you consider yourself a supporter of the working classes and of the proletariat, you have to inspire yourself from the carnivals, from the popular events, from the sports, like from the popular sports, from everything. So I think she is not she is probably the responsible of our failure today.
She's responsible of my failure, so everything is unfair.
Let's blame her.
Let's blame on her. But
Ronaldo or Messi.
What are we missing?
Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo and Messi. Yeah, man. I mean, you have to accept that what Ronaldo does is more impressive because he wasn't born with the talent that Messi was born with. No.
No.
No. You're a Messi fan, man.
No, I'm actually not a Messi fan. I'm not a big fan of the persona itself. Like, I don't know him that much. Like, he's a
your best friend Messi.
No, I mean he's not a vocal person. Like, he doesn't show up a lot. Like, it's not like CR7 is a brand. You know, like if you think of Messi, he's that genius player. But like in terms of popular, I mean, not in Latin America probably. But I mean, I think that Messi as a athlete is superior to anything that have ever existed. Like I grew up watching Messi when I was a kid. Yeah. That was the wonder kid of that period, and what he was doing in the field, no one came even close. You know, like he was. I mean, untouchable.
He played the beautiful game. That's true. And
not the beautiful game, the impossible game. The game that like.
Oh, but remember Ronaldinho? Man, Ronaldinho played the impossible game.
Yeah. But I mean, still,
for 1 year he played the impossible game.
For 1 year. No, but I think Ronaldinho is much more showy in the sense that he is much more acrobatical. He's much more free in the field. Messi is no one is remotely close to touch even the ball when he's playing. Like it's way impressive. Like compared to Ronaldo, that's one thing.
Yeah, you love Messi, okay, but I think it's just like this rhetoric about like humbleness and like the arrogance. You know, like the guy that had Ronaldo, like this psychopathology of wanting to be the best of the best of the best, and the other guy that he was just the best, you know, like he doesn't look like he's really trying hard.
But I think they're both predispositions. At the end, like Ronaldo, first of all, Ronaldo was an extremely talented player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt. One of the best of his generations. When he came to United in the early 2000s, he destroyed everyone in 1 year. Like he became the number one and the team number one in Premier League. But he had that predisposition of never become satisfied. He was hungry all the time. He was obsessed with his game, obsessed with his body, obsessed with his body fat. Like he looks monstrous at the age of 40 now. When you see him, like he looks like a fucking Greek statue.
Absolutely,
it's mind-boggling, but it's not beautiful. Like it's very efficient. It's very appropriate to the era. Like it represents perfectly that machinery aspect of our life, that hyper productivity,
like the human machine, you know.
The human machine.
And actually this reminds me of Argentinian writer Hernán Caszely. He wrote 2 texts, one called Messi is a dog, and
it's not insulting Messi.
He argues that it's not human, but it's also not a robot. Like the text is beautiful. But this text became famous because it was in 2011, I think, and it was just after the financial crisis that hit like the whole world. And he was like in Barcelona, living with not a lot of money, trying to maintain his family, thinking of going back to Argentina. And he writes, this is how it starts. He says, the quick answer is because of my daughter, because of my wife, because my family is from Catalonia. But if I had to answer with honesty why I'm still here in Barcelona in these awful and boring times, it would be because I'm 40 minutes in train away from the best football in history. And he has like this connection, and that's where I want to go to. This social connection with the sport, that it's not about just a guy scoring goals, but this self-reflection and self-identification, like for Hernan Casciani, and for many other Argentinians living in another country, especially like in Spain. Messi represented that 13-year-old little kid that left Rosario, but he never neglected his Argentinian identity. And when he talks in an interview, if you see Mexican football players playing in Spain, after 1 year in an interview, it's like, hostia, joder, tío, like, what the fuck? They're like, it's impossible in 1 year to talk like that. Like, it's impossible. And Messi, even in the World Cup, when he had like this fight with a football player from the Netherlands, it's like, andate pa allá, bobo. And like the Argentinians, like, yes, like, it was the most Argentinian thing that he could ever do, So it's a thing of identification. Absolutely. Also.
No, I could think of, for me, the first World Cup that I watched was, of course, the France 1998. I was at that time 6 years old. But I remember distinctly, I could correlate this to Zinedine Zidane, or Zizou, as the French want to Frenchicize him and remove that Arabic name from him. But Zidane in the end of the 90s.
What does it mean, Zinedine?
Zinedine means the beauty of the religion, or the beauty of the religion, literally.
See?
So very, very Muslim-like name. But Zidane in 1998 and the early 2000s, it came as that image or that symbol of excellence for North Africans and for Maghrebians in general, and knowing the history and the heritage of how Maghrebians are treated in France as subalterns, as second-class citizens, and so on. Zidane brought that freedom for youngsters
until he became French.
No, he does not represent that personally, but whether he likes it or not, he was that, because whether he liked it or not, he was Algerian. So as an Algerian at that time, seeing a person that looks like you, that his name is similar to your name or sounds like your name, coming in and scoring that winner, that header in the final against Brazil, that's like it's an insane image. Although, as you said, he definitely was not vocal about his heritage. He never mentioned, but that's also the French tradition, in opposition to the Anglo-Saxons, where French traditions are very, very very, very serious about assimilation, about non-reference to the racial aspect, to the because even the country itself, in terms of statistics, for example, whatever, they don't gather any data, any information about ethnicity, about religion, about nothing. It's the life.
They're French.
Yeah, they're French, exactly. Yeah. So
sounds beautiful for that to say,
but it's
it's so wrong in many ways.
But I can understand that, and I can relate that, and I think that's also the beauty of athleticism, or of athletes in general, of sports in general, is to give that possibility in societies where minorities in the daily life, in the normal life, they don't see people similar to them in certain position or in certain fields and so on. Those type of things break out.
Yeah, and especially in a popular sport like football, where everyone can play it. It's really simple. It's a simple game. You just need like a ball, and sometimes not even. And then you have people from all the world playing the same sport, and of course the people that come from more popular backgrounds, more lower income backgrounds, they make it. And it's what people... Oh, Luffy, man. It's what people reflect on. And as you say, it's like this David against Goliath, you know? And I think this is what happened for many Argentinians with Maradona. I was telling you when I was a kid and I was like, no, well, Pelé, Maradona, but Pelé outside of the pitch, he behaved well and he didn't do drugs, blah blah. Now
he was like, a good boy.
Shit, a good boy, and I was like, shit, man, like Maradona partied, took coke, and then score goals. Like it's more impressive, man. Like really something to applaud. But jokes aside, like you grow up, of course Maradona has a lot of problems. He was violent to his partners and has like anger management,
but also background story. Yeah.
I mean,
it doesn't excuse.
It's really complex, and he's a fucking human being also. But
doesn't excuse.
Doesn't excuse, of course. But what I'm trying to say is that it was the social part. Like he always saw himself as somebody from the working class that was there to represent them and to fight and to oppose, and he was friend of all the social leaders of Latin America, and he opposed the US, and he was really critical about it, and even he used football as a way of anti-colonial weapon. There's this famous game, the one of the Hand of God and the goal of the century, in which Argentina is going to play England just 2 years after the War of the Maldives. We don't call them, what's the name in English? Falkland Islands. Las Maldivas, which a lot of young people die. Like it was unacceptable, like the way of how the British Empire handled the situation, and Margaret Thatcher. And just before going out on the pitch, Maradona does this arenga, that is like when you talk to your teammates and try to motivate them. I think Salma will have to beep some stuff, but it says, it told to his teammates, okay, these motherfuckers killed a cousin, a neighbor, or a friend of ours. We all know a young guy that went to Maldivas and never returned. So for all of them, please, I ask you, let's go on that pitch and run over those English motherfuckers. This is a moment of making history. The next time that somebody mentions Argentina or England, they will remember this game. No, and then this and you say Argentina and England, when they won the game, you know.
You know that us Tunisians we have an impact.
Why?
The referee. We have we are intertwined with Argentinians in that story of the Hand of God, because the referee that gave that goal was Tunisian. First Tunisian referee in the World Cup.
And he does that. Well, he's part of history now. But exactly that. What does it mean to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time? You know, that's always the discussion. Does you have to exceed on your discipline, or you have to do something beyond? And it's crazy because I was like doing like this research, who is the greatest of all time?
Research, like you're typing on Google, man.
No, Google, but also I saw like some sports program, ESPN, blah blah. And I use DeepSeek. You can ask DeepSeek those stuff, not about China, but you can ask DeepSeek those stuff. And I was like, okay, give me a list of the greatest of all time. And really nicely, it divided by sports, you know, like football, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, basketball, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, tennis, Djokovic, Federer, and really nice list. And after seeing all those names, I was like, not a woman, you know, like absolutely not a woman. In wherever you look, like on the internet, just type in Google, go to ESPN, like whatever TV show where you see greatest of all time, they will never mention a woman on the list.
Zero, like no reference, like no Serena Williams.
No reference, and it's crazy. Like you have Serena Williams that won 23 Grand Slams, until
when she was at her peak, she was unfucking playable.
Impossible.
Like Federer, Murray, Nadal, like came to her games. Like there was like everyone was all over.
Absolutely. If you compare them to their context, like nobody broke this record until Djokovic. Now.
Yeah.
It took a while. You have like Marta da Silva. She's 6 times FIFA Player of the Year.
Is the American one?
And she was the captain of the Brazilian football team. Yeah. You have Simone Biles, like she's the best gymnastic ever. 25 world championships. Like who does that in the male sports?
Yeah.
Like have that type of domination. And for example, Nadia Comaneci. She was Romanian gymnastic.
She's the one that broke. Yeah.
She's the one that broke the score. Yeah, absolutely.
She's the one that scored 10.
She was like 14 years old in Montreal. She does her routine, and when she lands, at that time, nobody in history had scored a perfect 10. So not even the scoreboard had a way of showing a 10 because it was impossible. So instead of 9.6 something, it would show 1.0, and people were like, what is going on? And she did it 6 times, so 6 times perfect 10s when it didn't even existed a score for that. Nobody talks about it.
But I mean, outside of the stats, because like, I mean, the sad thing today's reality is that we have athletes that like we have stats machines, beasts, like they crunch numbers. It's all about like doing more, doing best, killing all the records, like destroying every record that holds, just to do more, to be the most dominant. That's our reality today. That's how athletes are represented, or that's how athletes are looked at. But outside of that, in previous eras where athletes symbolized more than that, they symbolized the hope for certain people to be able to transcend their realities and so on, and they represented some sort of role models. You could think of so many women that really broke up because of the fact that also they are part of a class that is even more suppressed, and there is more oppressed, and there is more that has more issues. They represent, and also even if I think now, like just Salma, if you think of Ons Jabeur, for example, what she did, like the Tunisian tennis player who ranked. Did she rank second? Second. She ranked second on the ATP, on the WTA, I think. Like after her stake of like 2 or 3 years, like doing really well, playing two. She never won a Grand Slam, unfortunately, but she was twice in a row in the final of Wimbledon. Yeah. Like the number of like in my hometown in Qlibia, we have a tennis club. The number of little girls that started playing tennis rose by like 300%. I was talking to the president last time when I was in Tunisia. Yeah. Like you could see the emphasis. Her face is all over, and all the board, like billboard, whatever.
Yeah. And she's also somebody with political opinions.
Yeah. No? Yeah. She was always like a UN ambassador for UNICEF ambassador for kids developments and different places. She talked about Palestine a lot, while superstars like Mohamed Salah, for example, didn't even mention it or didn't even open his mouth, while he has much more reach. But also, if you think of, like, I don't know, like I always talk about tennis and football because that's what I consider a sport. That's what I know of sport.
I consider sport. Okay, the others are not sport.
But Iga Swiatek, for example, like the Polish tennis player, she's an absolute mad machine. Like she had
she's like 19 or something. Yeah.
Now she's 22, but she won her first Grand Slam at the age of 19, and at the age of 21 she won 80% of all her games, the longest winning stake for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And like she was a machine, like absolutely unstoppable. very 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 aggressive player, really something that you don't see often, because in tennis you don't win games all the time. Like you always drop one, you always drop two. She at a certain stage she felt like unstoppable and unreachable. So it's not like that. That's the crazy thing. It's not that there aren't really great female competitors. It's just that they are discarded. Like they're always forgotten.
Absolutely. They are out of the spotlight, and then like in salary equality is like another topic. And for example, an advocate of that was the football player Megan
from the US.
From the US, like captain of the US. I think she won like 2 World Cups, like insane.
That person, when she was winning the World Cups and destroying everyone with her team, the American team, the male American team, were shit. Like they were fucking terrible.
They didn't even classify.
They didn't even went to the World Cup, and they were making 5 times or 6 times more than.
Absolutely, and she's a person that also supports like LGBT movements and has been super vocal about it. And she confronted Trump, and it's when you say like, dude, somebody that has so much to lose and stands up, and and the other guys, mostly males, when they have like they're like, what can happen to them, and they are just like afraid of making a stand,
because
and it's
of
not that
contracts.
they don't know, it's because of contracts and
contracts and sponsors and
absolutely.
I mean that's the thing. You said it already. It's like David versus Goliath. That's why we obsess about goats. It's like that.
It's a mythological narrative of our era.
Yeah, it's that it's that bigger than the mere human.
Bigger
capacity.
than life. It's like the bigger than life personality or figure, and
but not only personality, but I'm talking about like performance wise. It's the creature that is able to do all that and go to the toilet and shit. It's
absolutely. No, and it's our Hercules, our Achilles. It's like the people that are doing like these great endeavors and succeeding or sometimes failing. That it's also like the tragic part.
But I don't know. Is it really how we should? Is it how our role model should look like? Do they have to be just powerful, just the best at what they do, just a performer?
That's the thing, like when we talk, like if I ask you, like for you in your personal experience, who would you define as someone of the greatest for what he did inside and outside its discipline?
I mean, when you hang out with radical leftists and revolutionary,
because you're a radical
violent
leftist,
revolutionary.
I've seen you in so many violent.
I mean, if you would see me, I would have been doing my job wrong.
I see you every fucking day, almost. Like, when does it happen?
Man, like, I would, if you would see me, I would be doing it wrong. Like, I would be deported.
Are you telling me that you're in acts of sabotage?
I wouldn't say that.
In this country that opened the doors to you?
I formally and explicitly would not say that. But that being said, whatever. But I'm serious. Like,
tell me about it.
It's not about the Messis and the Ronaldos and everything. It's about the impact that you leave on society, on the fabric of society. It's about the story that is told not by the money machines that produces the documentaries and that produces the merch and that signs the contracts with the big brands and with Dior's and with the, I don't know why I said yours, but whatever, like with all that shit. It's about the story. It's about the tags on the street. It's about the names that the football supporter groups, the ultras and the zapatistas and all those like claim and And I don't know, in Tunisia we say dakhla, which is like that thing that you, when the game starts, like you have that big entrance message, like big message. You don't find like those big contract people. You find like the Carlos Caszely, for example, the amazing Chilean football player that in the period of dictatorship of Pinochet, when he was going to play the World Cup, he refused to shake Pinochet's hand, which is suicidal.
Yeah, absolutely insane thing to do.
Knowing what Pinochet was famous of, and logically enough, a few days after, I think his mom disappeared
while he was playing the World Cup.
And she was tortured for that. But you can think of a lot of like for the famous Rachid Makhloufi, the Algerian amazing.
That's because of the Luffy on his name.
Makhloufi. But I mean, it's such an impressive story because not a lot. I even checked yesterday. I was like, is there some documentaries, like some stuff? No, nothing. Why? Because his story doesn't play to the box offices. Rachid Makhloufi is this Wunder kid, if I can say, since I'm living in Germany.
Wunder kid.
He was born in Steve, in a famous city where the massacres, the Steve massacres happened, where 45,000 Algerians were killed by settlers and by French police, French colonial police, and Steve in the 50s, I think, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember. Yeah, what? Fix what? Picture. What picture?
It fell. Yalla.
Oh, your Arabic is getting better.
It's getting better now.
You recognize the patterns.
It's kind of somebody giving the finger.
So this guy is born in the same year that the massacre happens. He is he got picked by a recruiter, being an amazing player. He moved to France. He became almost French.
Almost French.
Because you're never fully French, but he's almost French. He has all the privileges that French people has. He has the money, he has the prestige, he has the fame. He was playing for Saint-Etienne. He was an amazing goal scorer. He was called for the national... he won the World Cup with the military World Cup. At that time, there were military World Cup, apparently. It was a thing. A lot of military people at that time. The 45s, you know.
Yeah.
Not 45, but 50s. 60s, sorry. But he won the World Cup, and he was called for the national, like the official World Cup in 58 to play in Sweden, to go to Sweden and play for the World Cup, like every football player, that's the dream, you know, like to play in a World Cup. And as an Algerian at that time, like a second-class citizen. But in spite of that, the FLN at that time, the جبهة التحرير الجزائري, the Front de Libération Nationale Algérien, the National Liberation Front, Algerian Liberation Front, requested him in secret to leave France and to come to Tunis and to found the FLN team, which is basically the first Algerian football national team. So I also like the balls to ask that request from a person who had it all, you know. And surprisingly, him and another 9 other players, they went through Switzerland. They escaped France through Switzerland because Switzerland was neutral that time, and they flew to Tunis. And hell broke on him. He was not obviously like, also like it was a propaganda tool, because at that time French people didn't know about the Algerian liberation war.
Yeah. And he put the spotlight in the place.
Exactly. No? Imagine like you have that potential amazing player that completely disappear, and like you have to find the story.
What happened? No?
And so he lost everything for not lost, but he was touring with this FLN team. Like obviously the FIFA rejected, refused refused to acknowledge them. They fined every team that played against them. And funny enough, Egypt refused to play with the FLN team because they were afraid that they will be kicked out of the World Cup. They wanted to be the first Arab team to go to the World Cup. Yeah. And who played with them? Yugoslavia, URSS at that time, Vietnam, Tunisia, of course, but we were fresh, new, independent. So yeah, he risked it all for a cause.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's what we are saying. Like, who's willing to do the sacrifice? Like for me, I mean, he's more famous, and you will always find his name in the list. But because of what he achieved in his discipline, that is Muhammad Ali. But mostly he doesn't have, like, he could get more recognition if it wasn't for his political statements that are, for me, what makes him the greatest of all time. You know, like 61 fights with 56 wins. He had like world heavy championships here and there, like insane. And when he was young, and just after he became the heavyweight champion, and they tried to draft him to the War of Vietnam, he just opposed, and they not just like fined him, they banned him for life. He lost his titles. He actually was condemned to do 5 years in prison. At the end, like, it was revoked, and the ban was also revoked. But there's this amazing interview that they are like confronting him like a white reporter, and it's like, yeah, you are not patriotic. Why are you not like signing for the U.S. Army? What kind of American are you? Blah blah blah. And he says like, why should they ask me to put on a uniform and go 10,000 miles from home and drop bombs and bullets on brown people in Vietnam, while so-called Negro people in Newsville are treated like dogs, you know? And it's like, who is my real oppressor? And this guy, he met like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. He even after his boxing career, he was like an ambassador for peace. He went to Cuba, to North Korea, to Afghanistan. He even negotiated the liberation of 15 U.S. hostages in the Gulf War because he went to talk personally to Saddam Hussein. It's fucking insane, you know?
Crazy.
And this is also somebody that it's just beyond his discipline, you know. It's like a human being full of a poetic soul of service to the oppressed, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, you feel like I'm a huge fan, obviously, of Muhammad Ali. I watched actually a few of his fights because of a friend that is a big fan of boxing. But yeah, I was like this crazy cat. Like you couldn't reach him.
No, you couldn't reach him. Like
he revolutionized the sport.
What he did in the ring, but outside the ring.
But that's the thing. That's exactly the thing. The thing that is outside the ring today is the thing that is spoken about. Like people, they tell you, he's the best boxer, whatever, but you don't see his boxing anymore. What you see is his speeches, his conversations, his interests, is his spirituality, is the things that he believed in, or the things that, in some sense, he find refuge in, his connections, his universality, and though I'm not a big fan of the word, you know.
But absolutely, his poetry, that he did amazing poetry. His eloquence, you know. Yeah. Like, you think like, a boxer.
Yeah. Who did not go to school? Let's be clear about that.
Absolutely, he had like a way of thinking, like an eloquent man.
Self-taught.
Really self-taught. Yeah, absolutely.
Not fake.
When he changed his name because he was born Caszely Clay, and he said, and it's true, a slave name. And then people were confronting him, and they were calling him Cassius Clay, even if he changed his name, and they were like, yeah, because you legally didn't change your name. And he's like, so I have to go to a white court to ask a white man to change my name. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, it's a beautiful story.
Yeah. But, and back to the comparisons again and again. If you think also of supreme athletes, supreme African American athletes, you came across obviously the great Michael Jordan.
Absolutely.
But that's the difference. Why everyone embraces Muhammad Ali, and there are always ifs and buts and always things when the conversation is about Michael Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely. Time will tell, but he won't get that recognition because also. Yeah, the story of the sneakers. How was that?
I mean, it's a pretty well known story. In his last machine, in his last money cash cow money documentary. By the way, everyone got super angry about that documentary, The Last Dance, because
finish the point.
Yeah, but he famously said that he was asked to endorse Harvey Grant to be, at that time, he's from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. At that time, Harvey Grant was going to be the first black senator in North Carolina, and Michael Jordan was asked to support him against the notoriously racist Jesse Helms, a disgusting, he was a staunch defender of Jim Crow, that level of racism, and he famously said Republicans also buy sneakers.
Sneakers, yeah. That tells you about the man, no? That draws the line for
priorities.
Him. Yeah,
money,
but
fame.
At the same time, when you talk about both. Who praise Michael Jordan? But he's also a millionaire. Oh my God, he's so good at. He was good at basketball. He made it because he made money. Businessman. Yeah, he's culturally white. Yeah, he achieved it. He won whiteness.
He transitioned.
He transitioned into whiteness.
No,
absolutely.
Not interesting.
See. But yeah, man, I don't.
Didn't we say that we're gonna stop the?
The what?
No, whatever.
I'll
tell you about it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I wanna, of course, mention the goat of the goats.
We're going to talk about
my personal goat.
Yes, Herr Doctor,
Sócrates.
Sócrates. What a name! Imagine that your name is Sócrates.
Too much, man. When you're too heavy.
Yeah, too heavy. Imagine you're 12 and then you go to your philosophy.
Alexander the Great.
Alexander, shit, man. Now I have to. What should I do
working
now?
Yeah. If you become an Uber driver, Sócrates, it would be cute.
It would be
interesting.
Cute. Sócrates, he's a football player from the late 70s, more 80s. He's regarded as one of the best players in the world
he captained Brazil
for 10 years. Absolutely astonishing, his way of playing. He was really tall. He was really
he looked cool, but in the same time, very hippie, long hair, beard, headband, whatever. But he had a morphology that is strange. He was tall and he has very thin, long legs. And he was almost tricoté, tricketing. When you that's the stuff that Angela made.
Yeah.
With the ball, he had so much finesse.
Insane, and he became a footballer while studying and finishing medicine. That's why we said Dr. Sócrates, because he was a fucking doctor.
And I say I don't have time.
I don't have time. Yeah,
I work.
He was winning the Campeonato Sao Paulista,
And then on the side doing medicine.
But what makes him great for you?
Yeah, I mean, what makes him great is the aura, his story. So he's not a person that was born knowledgeable on the popular side, aware of his social privileges or anything. Not at all. Like he famously in the early 70s. So when we talk about Sócrates, talking about 70s and 80s. At that time, Brazil was under ruthless
military dictatorship. No?
Absolutely ruthless. So, and it's not the type of dictatorship that is trying to. So, yeah, first of all,
camouflage democracy.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, it's obviously a US-backed.
What? Are you telling me that the US supported a non-democratic dictatorship?
Man, I couldn't believe it, man.
No, they always fight for democracy and
That's
freedom.
what I thought. I couldn't believe it.
I think your sources are wrong.
Yeah. I think I know. I think Brazilians didn't understand. I think they did. They misunderstood.
They misunderstood that message.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's crazy.
But so ruthless dictatorship, and Socrates was born into that. So he was obviously apolitical by default. What I mean is that's what dictatorship makes you, or makes you believe in, feel that politics is something dirty, is something that you shouldn't talk about, is something that you should avoid. So you become automatically, if you remember, Salma, in the period of Ben Ali, like making politics taboo, like that.
Yeah,
that
no
you
one talks about that.
Exactly, no one. It's frowned upon. It's something that is distasteful, and it was his case. And he famously said once, and after a game, that censorship is a good thing, and that that's how the military can hold. Yeah, and can suppress the violence, animalistic aspect of people.
Humans.
Yeah. And there was this breaking point when he moved to beautiful Sao Paulo. And he met some great people. The
president of Corinthians.
The
director of Corinthians.
Yeah.
What's his name? Luis something maybe?
I'm gonna tell you. His name is Adilson Monteiro Alves. So
I love your Portuguese, man.
I'm trying. So he was the football. He became the football director in 1981. He was a staunch socialist. Before that, by the way, he was the like this. Fix it. Took me a light.
Oh man, you led me with a story. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he, Mr. Adilson, was director of a biscuit factory. To tell you that
socialist
exactly that's what I always try to explain is that socialism is not something for the workers only. It's actually, it works best when you have some influence or some power to basically give the access to the means of production and change.
And it's still a business, but everyone profits from this business. It's the difference, you know. Exactly. Like everyone profits. That's how business should work. Everyone should profit about the fucking business.
Yeah. And so then the like, I mean, I watched an interview of Mr. Alves discussing about the first time they met all together, including Sócrates, including the famous Afro-Brazilian great fullback Vladimir. Yeah. He later on became a famous Black Power activist in Brazil and so on. But it was a meeting where everyone met, and it was supposed to be like 20 or 30 minutes, and they spent like a half a day, like 12 hours, something like that, discussing and pitching ideas and trying to come up with, because because Alves at that time, the football director, have never had any experience with football, so he didn't know what was going on. And when they asked him, "What are we doing now?" he said, "Exactly, I don't know. What do you want to do?" And Socrates just took that sentence and said, "That's exactly the problem. We have to have a say.
Yeah.
We have to participate in the decision making." And that's when...
and I think that it's important that people grasp this. They are making a democratic experiment in a country where democracy is just not possible, you know?
No,
like
it's
forbidden.
It gets you to fucking jail.
Exactly.
So it's mental. Like, it's crazy to just try, also, you can try me and you at home, we can say whatever, but... we're talking about a first year football professional team that is not also a random team. It's Corinthians, it's a big team
that haven't won
for a while, and that just won one title the year after Socrates came, after 30 years of trophyless period, and they decided to start democracia or democracia Corinthiana.
And this means it's one person, one vote.
Person, one vote. That's insane. And that's insane.
And this one person includes the physiotherapist, the medical doctor, the players, the staff, the director,
everyone that is involved. Everyone that has stakes on that football, that gets paid from that football team, has one vote, but the physio and the president have the same exact power.
Insane.
And that's never.
And they are voting on how are they going to play, which system, which players are they going
which
to,
coach they have to hire, which player they have to buy,
where they have to go,
where they have to go
to plane or in a bus,
exactly.
Everything. There's these really famous stories, that it becomes almost hilarious.
There's the hilarious story is that they literally started voting about if they have to stop the bus and go to pee or not. By the way, the thing is, in the first meeting, there were players that they didn't wanna, they didn't fancy it, it's a big change and people don't like change.
Absolutely.
And so, it wasn't sure, but by voting, most people were okay with it. And afterwards, they got, they liked it so much that they started voting on everything, including
peeing. No, and the crazy shit is that it was successful.
That's the insane thing. That's the thing that, I think for me, is it might be luck, but still it's proof.
I don't think if you win 2 championships, it's not luck.
But it's proof that authoritarianism is not what makes things work. Is that this team with this system, with the system where everyone has one vote and everyone can decide, and it's a collective decision. They won back to back 1982, 1983 Paulista Championship. That haven't happened since 40 years or so. So an absolute success. Every player at that time in Brazil wanted to join Corinthians. Everyone, because and also this is what also something that Vladimir emphasized. Probably Sócrates didn't talk about it that much because he was the superstar player, but Vladimir was not, and he was saying that at that time. Footballers that were not superstars were almost slavery work.
Absolutely, they weren't paid as they are paid now, especially if you are a black player in Brazil. How
Even
much
worse.
They were making in the 80s, ridiculous.
And it was below minimum wage even, and they were having 2 and 3 jobs just to
be able to play.
Exactly. So it's an absolute insanity. But another funny story was that they had that player that so they were going to Japan for a gala competition at that time, also with the Democracia Corinthiana. It started to become a big thing and so on, and they went also. It was a 30 hours flight, 4 hour stops and 26 hours flight. And he just this player, one of the team members. He just fell in love with this girl,
He met up a girl, no?
He met her couple days before they left to Japan,
Mm-hmm.
And so when they arrived here, he said, I want to vote. Like, I want to go back to...
and they have to vote.
Yeah.
Can go back.
Exactly. He said, I want to go back to Brazil. I want to stay with this girl. Like, I'm really in love and so on. And Socrates, like, voted for. He said, like, yeah, like, he's young and he's...
he voted for love.
Yeah, for love. And Vladimir, for example, voted against. He said, like, I'm also missing my
family.
Exactly, my family, but we're professional and so on. And at the end, like, the team voted that he stays, and he stayed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's an insane story, and I think it's gives you a little bit of hope, you know,
absolutely. But also not only hope, like, because obviously it's a one, and also the weird thing is that this experience have never been duplicated.
Yeah, try it again. Yeah, absolutely.
It's the one and only experience.
Why do you think not?
Surprising.
So everyone is profiting and there's no one guy becoming rich. Why are they not? I don't understand.
And also, like, I don't know if because for me, I knew about Socrates.
Yeah.
I knew about the figure. Everyone knew he was such a. But I didn't know about this.
No.
I've never heard of it. I know that he was this
like
person,
a social
this intellect, exactly. This like pro-worker, leftist leaning figure. He was a doctor, all that stuff. But how is that this is not on everybody's mouth? How are we not making movies?
Why are we not doing this like
exactly.
in your house, like everywhere, absolutely.
And that's why I wanna call for all my the millions and millions of followers that are hearing us.
Millions, like,
to vote for Mera 25 in the next elections, because that's our program. That's what we push for. We push for democratization of business and democratization of all our institutions, including companies, including social services, including everything, because democracy is not only good for voting which politicians should legislate our rules. It's also good for us, even as a family.
Absolutely. And if you think that you live in a democracy right now, that's not true. It's a party oligarchy in the best case scenario.
Absolutely.
Or a technocracy.
Yeah.
And talking about democracy, and maybe just to wrap up, when Corinthians, after this amazing season, they got to the final, and all the players got out. Imagine, it's Brazil, it's that military dictatorship.
1983.
It's a fucking final. The fucking stadium is completely
full. 40,000 people.
40, I think, like.
No, at that time it was 40.
Okay, that was
a small one.
40,000 people, and they go out with a
huge banner
that says, "We win or we lose, but with democracy." What a message.
Football, man. And they talk about elitism and I don't know what.
Yeah, absolutely. We win or we lose, but with democracy.
Yeah.
Insane. So...
Brilliance, man.
Brilliant, man. So there's a lot to
unpack.
Yeah,
there's a lot to unpack. There are a lot of untold stories, and that's what I personally noticed. Like, also there are so many other people. Like, if you think of Didier Drogba, his famous speech when Côte d'Ivoire was going through civil war. A lot of impressive characters. Eric Cantona, I mean, sorry, but what a person.
It was just here anniversary of that kick, of the famous kick. When everyone knows it, and Salma maybe can put like a short video of that, like when he kicked like a fucking fascist, and then years later, like, do you regret? It's like, I just regret of not hitting him like harder. Like, it's like beautiful, man.
Here's the referee, but it was the advice of the linesman Eddie Walsh which helped him. Oh, what's going on here? Cantona's getting involved with some supporters.
But so many unique characters, so many as you said, bigger than life.
But that's why people has to subscribe, because now, especially on our Instagram page, we're not just putting the reels and the videos. Also, we will put some posts about like these athletes or the philosophers we talk about, or the
Historians.
the authors. So if you want to get a little more information, not only of what we talk, but like general knowledge, general things,
Subscribe to our channels.
Here
or there,
here,
everywhere.
Here.
But yeah, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube.
We should open a red note.
We don't have a red note.
We don't have a red note, man.
How's that? No, definitely. You will find our red note very soon. But we'll try to do some spin-off content as well, some interviews, and looking forward.
Okay. That was